Grand Marshal Vorthak of the Dominion had seen countless species rise and fall. He had witnessed empires crumble, worlds burn, and civilizations reduced to ash beneath his marching legions. Nothing surprised him anymore. Also, he believed, right up until the day he met humans. To the Dominion, humans were primitive, a young species, chaotic, undisciplined, emotional, uncivilized. That word appeared in every briefing file. Vorthak expected mud huts, stone spears, and people screaming into the sky during thunderstorms. Nothing could have prepared him for what he actually found. Chapter 1. The Primitive Species. The Dominion warship Devastation arrived in orbit around Earth expecting easy conquest. Vorthak stood at the observation window, arms crossed. "Look at this world," he scoffed. "Waterlogged, overgrown, and barely industrial. This invasion will take an afternoon." His adjutant, Sorel, flicked through her holo-tablet. "Humans possess rampant emotional volatility," she reported. "Their social structures are disorganized. Their history is filled with internal conflict." Vorthak smirked. "A species unable to unite cannot possibly repel us." The ship descended. Troops deployed. The Dominion marched. And then the humans arrived. Chapter 2. The First Shock. The humans didn't walk out waving white flags or begging for mercy. No, they arrived in formation. Thousands of armored soldiers moved as one, their steps synchronized, their weapons gleaming beneath banners that snapped sharply in the wind. Boom, boom, boom. Their march shook the ground. Vorthak blinked. "These are not villages with sticks." Sorel swallowed. "These are trained warriors." Human command vehicles rumbled into view, angular beasts of steel and thunder. The air split with a roar of missiles streaking overhead. Then Vorthak saw something that froze him. A symbol, an emblem worn on every human soldier's armor. United Earth Army. "Impossible," Vorthak whispered. "They have unified." Sorel checked her tablet. "That cannot be right. Humans haven't unified in." A human commander marched to the front, armor scratched, visor blazing blue, voice carrying like thunder. "State your intentions." The Dominion had expected fear. What they got was fury. Chapter 3. The Human Commander. The human's name was General Arya Kepler. Vorthak had studied thousands of military leaders, but none radiated the controlled fire this human did. Her presence was heavy, not of fear, not of anger, but of purpose. "You invade our world," she said coldly, "and you believe we will simply surrender." Vorthak replied with confidence he didn't truly feel. "We believed you were disorganized, primitive." General Kepler glanced back at her forces. Columns of soldiers, artillery ready, aircraft circling, war mechs powering up, satellite cannons aligning. She turned back with a mocking smile. "Does that look primitive to you?" Chapter 4. The Miscalculation. The Dominion launched the first volley. Human anti-air systems shredded the incoming fire with blinding precision. The second Dominion volley hit, only to be swallowed by shimmering human energy shields, energy barriers. Vorthak shouted, "Their technology is centuries ahead of what the report said." Sorel's voice cracked. "Their advancements accelerated in the past decade. Their global conflicts forced rapid innovation. And they unified because of us," Vorthak realized. "Not despite their wars, but because of them." Humans learned, adapted, overcame. Violence had not broken them. It had sharpened them. They were not fractured. They were forged. Chapter 5. Human Warfare. Vorthak watched as human forces executed maneuvers with frightening efficiency. Infantry advanced in diamond formations. Snipers hit Dominion officers at impossible distances. Drones swarmed like angry metal hornets. Tanks moved like steel beasts across the battlefield. Mechs thundered through Dominion ranks like metal titans. And above them all, a single colossal figure descended from orbit, the human flagship Resolute. Its shadow blanketed the battlefield. Vorthak stayed in disbelief. They built ships that rival our own in so little time. General Kepler's voice crackled over comms. Dominion forces, this is your only warning. Stand down or be removed. Vorthak felt his stomach twist. This was no primitive species. This was a warrior species, a terrifying one. Chapter 6, The Turning Point. The Dominion's morale cracked. Their lines wavered. Their discipline faltered. Humans kept advancing, not out of hatred, not out of bloodlust, but because they were protecting their home. And that, Vorthak realized, made them unstoppable. Humans didn't merely fight. They refused to kneel. He admired them. He feared them. But most of all, he understood them. Chapter 7. The Truth About Humanity. The battle halted when Vorthak ordered a ceasefire. General Kepler approached him once more, helmet under her arm. You believed we were uncivilized, she said. Why? Your history, Vorthak admitted. Endless conflict, division, chaos. General Kepler looked out over the battlefield, where humans treated the wounded, Dominion and human alike. That's not uncivilized, she said softly. That's growing. Vorthak frowned. Explain. Every species struggles, she said. Every civilization fights. Humans, we've simply made more mistakes than most. But we learn. We unify when a threat comes from the stars. She looked him directly in the eyes. We become one. Vorthak nodded slowly. He finally understood. Humans were not weak. They were not disorganized. They were not primitive. Humans were maturing. And a maturing warrior species was the most dangerous force in the galaxy. Chapter 8. A New Agreement. Vorthak knelt, not in defeat, but in respect. General Kepler, I request peace and partnership. She extended a hand, a human gesture. He took it, and for the first time in Dominion history, the invading army retreated voluntarily, not out of fear, but out of awe. Epilogue, The Legend of Humanity. Years later, Vorthak would speak often of humanity, a species that bleeds, but keeps marching, a species that argues, but unites when the sky darkens, a species that seems chaotic until you see their army. Whenever the Dominion encountered a new world, Vorthak shared the same warning. Do not mistake noise for weakness. Do not mistake passion for disorder. And never, ever, call humans uncivilized. Because he had seen their army, and he knew humanity was inevitable, and they were coming for the stars.